Hello and welcome to Mark Goldbridge, That's Football. I hope you're all doing very, very well. Today we're live for our watch-along, which is going to be Sheffield United versus Chelsea in what is a very, very important game with regards to the top four race. And Sheffield United also in whatever race they're in. They're not in a top four race, but they are trying to finish high up in the league comparative to where they would have been expected to be at this stage of the season. They probably would have thinking maybe we will be in a relegation battle. Well, you're not. You're not in a relegation battle, Sheffield United. You're in. Can you talk to a football team? We are talking to a football team. You're in a battle for 7th and 8th and maybe even 6th with Arsenal. So well done to you on that. Welcome to everyone who's tuning in on the Hot Mic as well. You can use Hot Mic. Let me just make sure that we are working on there as well. Which we are. And Selim Siva, welcome, latest member of the That's Football Members Club. Bear with a moment, bear with. Just make sure that we're all up and running, which we are. Brilliant. Okay, you can try Hot Mic out, it does work. That's great. Okay, so he sets things up. We go through the team news. Jorginho starts, which I think is a pop. Look, I'm a big fan of Jorginho. Very big fan of Jorginho. Big rest in peace to Jack Charlton. That doesn't sound right. Big rest in peace. It's almost like I'm saying big up Jack Charlton. We'll do big up Jack Charlton because as a lad, I remember him beating or drawing with England in Italia 90. Was he the manager when they beat England in 88 in the Euros? But yeah, I mean, look, Jack Charlton, 85 years of age. Some might say it's a good innings, but ultimately, it's very, very sad and. Thoughts and condolences with his family and Leeds United and England and Ireland will be mourning him today. So definitely a great of the game. Anyway, let's move on. Chelsea against Sheffield United. And I say move on in a sad way, but in a way that we do need to move on because there is a game of football to be played here. And obviously Gilmour received an injury, didn't he? I don't know. Again, I think I've misworded that one. Received an injury. Hello, I'm an injury, Billy. You've got an injury. But I will be talking about what I've just eaten for my dinner. But yeah, Gilmour, I think, is out for the season, isn't he? So no positional place for him. But Kepa, James, Christensen, Zuma, Azpilicueta is the defence for Chelsea. With Jorginho, Mount and Barkley as the midfield three. And then William, Abraham and Pulisic, which is surprising to me. I've been quite surprised that Lampard has played the defence that he's played. I've been quite surprised that Lampard has been picking Giroud, and in this game I would have picked Giroud because Sheffield United are a side that are quite dominant in the air. So I thought Giroud would be perfect for a game like this, and he doesn't pick Giroud. So that's rather interesting, I think. But there may be a reason for that. There's certainly a game where he's gone and put... how do you do... Shoot. There we go. How do you get into the mind of a manager? You don't, because they're the manager. So yeah, he's on the bench, I believe. Giroud. Yeah, he's on the bench with Kovacic. I mean, what a bench Chelsea have got, really. Rudiger, Alonso, Loftus-Cheek, Caballero, Kovacic, Giroud, Hudson-Odoi, and then Batshuayi. Sheffield United team: Henderson, Basham, Egan, O'Connell, Baldock, Berg, Norwood, Osborne, Stevens, McBurney, McGoldrick. Hard-working side Sheffield United. If they were to win today, they would go up to 6th place. So, there is a real battle at the moment. 6th place is on 452 points, and 10th place is on 49. So you could go from 6th to 10th very, very quickly in this scenario. So we're about to kick off here anyway. I will start the timer for you, and then I will go and set up Hot Mic's synchronisation because I've got people moaning me there. But I'll be able to do that while still talking to you. So what are your score predictions in this game? I could do with Chelsea dropping points. I could do with a Dean Henderson masterclass. I could do with telling you what I've eaten because I'm so full. But I'm going to go with a Chelsea win. I think just Chelsea are really pushing the envelope this season, and they're making it hard for United to catch them. I think both teams are going to go past Leicester, but I think United catching Chelsea is going to be a little bit difficult. A lot of people going 3-1, 2-1. A few 1-1s. A few 1-1-1s. A few 1-1s. But Sheffield United are on the attack here at the moment. Let's just wait and see what happens. Into the box. Cross comes in and cleared for a corner. And that's a very good start. A very good start indeed. I'm just going to wait a minute here. Afternoon all. Afternoon all. 160 people watching on. That was a good cross back there. And yeah, could have been interesting. Could have been interesting. Short corner from Sheffield United. Whips it in. Kepa's stuck underneath it. And referee's given a foul or something. A yellow. He's given an offside. Right, I'm still with you, everybody. I'm just going to sync in the hot micers so that they can sync in with me on there. Whoa. Didn't want to do that. Yeah. I've just dropped my diary. Just dropped my bloody diary. It's annoying. Yeah, so I think it will be a draw today in this game of football that we are watching. No, I don't. I think I'm rambling because I'm trying to do something that I should have done before we went live. Typical me. Typical me. But no, I think Chelsea will win it 2-1. I think they've got the quality to do it. I just don't think Sheffield United have. Right, that's synced in on hot mic for you. I'm coming back to the desk now. So, here I am. I dropped my bloody diary on the floor like a prat. Welcome to Jordan Such, member of the Members Club. Thank you for joining, Jordan Such. Please share the video if you're watching. Subscribe if you are new, bottom right-hand corner, because there is a yellow card here. A yellow card very early on, Bulldog, on Pulisic. I don't know whether it was a yellow card. No, I don't think that's a yellow card. Nah. Probably a bit of a yellow card, but not massively. Sorry, got people moaning about this pause thing again. It's a pain in the backside. It really is. I just don't know why it doesn't do it. Just stop talking about it and I'll fix it. I will ban the word pause. It really pisses me off when people are trying to watch a football match and everybody sends the same message. It takes me like... I'll do it. It's fine. But like, it doesn't take every bloody comment to say it. It's fixed now. If you refresh it, you'll be able to pause. Why do people want to pause anyway? I don't really get why you want to pause. I don't know. Maybe somebody can let me know. Anyway, we've got a super chat coming in here from Lewandowski for Ballon d'Or 2020, says Chris Bellenzia. Thank you. And Sheffield United have started off quite well in this game. A yellow already, only 2 minutes in and booked him, says Salah Ahmed. That's basically my angle on it, Salah, to be honest. I was a bit like, you know what? It's not good booking somebody straight away. If you are watching on Hot Mic, you can download. The link is in the video description. It's invite code Mark363. Works the same. It's an app. It's on Apple and Android and it's free. You get a live chat. You get the same thing that you're seeing on YouTube. You also get a bit of crowd noise. If you want to turn that crowd noise up or down, just press the screen where I am. There'll be 3 little dots. If you press the dots, you can turn the crowd noise up and down. Also, the way Hot Mic works is you can sync it in perfectly. So what you do is when you've got the Hot Mic app on and you're listening to me on Hot Mic, turn the volume on for your football. Turn your volume on for your football. Keep my audio on. Press the screen. Press sync. Let it listen. Press it again so it listens in and it will say green tick. Turn your audio off and then when I say they've just crossed it in and it should be a corner to Chelsea, to Sheffield United, that's what you're seeing on the screen. So it will sync now because I have synced it in for everybody. So we've got nearly 300 people watching on Hot Mic. Welcome. Make sure you give us a follow if you're watching on Hot Mic, please. And it's another corner for Sheffield United, who've started off very well in the first 5 minutes. Very well indeed. And Kepa comes for it and he shoots over the bar there. Not Kepa. It came to a Sheffield United player on the edge of the box and he shot it over the bar. Did Liverpool draw? They did, you know. They drew with Burnley. But they did play a weakened side, Liverpool, didn't they? They played a couple of the kids, and it worries me a little bit that with Liverpool, because are they going to do that against Chelsea? I'm a bit. I think that's, I said in lockdown United would finish third, and Leicester would drop out the top four. And everyone said, "Oh, you're mad! They'll never just catch Leicester." United will catch Leicester, but Chelsea have been a bit lucky playing Man City and Liverpool, where you would expect them to drop points, but then they're playing both when they don't really give a shit. So it's a little bit different. Although they did start Salah, Firmino, and Mane, so not totally weakened. Norwich relegated, yes. I mean, I'm not celebrating. It was a statement. Norwich relegated, yes, they have been, because somebody just said Norwich relegated. They put up a bit of a whimper, didn't they, Norwich, when all said and done. I don't think they've won a game since lockdown, so no excuses for them, really. And I think it makes it very hard for Bournemouth and Villa to stay up now, with both Watford and West Ham winning. I think they've put themselves, 6 points from safety. Bournemouth now, 7 points for Villa. It's going to be very hard. Villa are going to go down, aren't they, I think. Cross comes in from Chelsea. Good cross onto the back post. Then Pulisic was there, and he heads it over. Chelsea looking lively. I'm looking forward to that United-Chelsea FA Cup final, actually. I think it's going to be a really good test of each players. Come on the Blades, says Frank West. And try refreshing the app, says Veets. Great stream, brother. Keep up the good work, says Michael Goldbridge. Thanks, brother. Man City have been giving out backhanders to either get out their Champions League ban or get it reduced to a year instead of 2. Cheating scum, says Sean Turner. Yeah, there are rumours that they're going to get off with it, aren't they? I mean, which is why, for me, it's never been about getting top 4. It's never been about getting top 4, because it's never been about finishing 5th. I think United need to do better than that. So, yeah. Thanks for the super chats. Mark, how you get that match of the day like virtual background, says Loss. Oh, we've had it before match of the day, mate. And Joel Morris, do you think Brentford will go up? I think Brentford look like the form team in the Championship at the moment. They're doing fantastically well. They've beaten Middlesbrough today, and West Brom dropped points. So if I have a quick look at the table, Chelsea are on the attack here. Overlap, Mason Mount, good cutback, but Sheffield United are going to have to defend well today. Right, the Championship at the moment. Wait a minute, Chelsea just got the ball. Aspilicueta whips across in, cleared. So, yeah, I mean, there's 3 games to go in the Championship primarily, and West Brom are 3 points ahead of Brentford, and Brentford have won 5 games in a row. So the playoff positions are looking interesting. Fulham have got 76, they're fine. Fulham will definitely be in the playoffs, and then you've got Forest on 69 and Cardiff on 64, and then you've got Swansea on 63 and Preston on 62. So you could still get a couple of outsiders coming up. But let's have a look at Brentford's last 2 fixtures, because they're going to be quite interesting. Swansea play Leeds tomorrow, so that'll be a hard game for Swansea. West Brom have got Fulham on Tuesday, which is a big game. And Brentford have got Preston on Wednesday, so that'll be a big game as well. And then on the final day... Sorry, not the final day, because there's 3 games to go. Brentford go to Stoke, and West Brom play Huddersfield. And on the final day, Brentford have got Barnsley, and West Brom have got QPR. So it's where West Brom are going to drop the points, really, in that. Good game this, though, so far. Quite end-to-end. Chelsea always looking a threat, but defensively we know that they're capable of conceding goals, but that's been cleared by Chelsea there. Ross Barkley with a lot of space, and I don't know, Christensen's hurt his foot, so they've kicked the ball out. Twisted his foot, I think. an innocuous challenge, they calls those, but he has twisted his foot. Thanks for the super chat from Jordan Such. He says, "Hi Mark, did you see the rumours Spurs supporters have had a plane to fly over the stadium for tomorrow in protest of their owners? Thoughts on that?" says Jordan Such. I mean, they did spend some money last summer, Spurs, didn't they? Lee Taylor says, "I'd love to see Brentford come up. They have deserved it this season from the games I've watched them. They've played well. I mean, I've not really watched them, actually, but I've seen sort of highlights and things, and I've read a bit about them, and the way they play football is exciting. They've got an exciting front three." Nick P says, "I keep getting recommended old United stand videos to watch. It's like a history lesson. LVG sacking, closing the channel video from your kitchen." I don't know why that would be, Nick P. It's funny how it recommends videos, isn't it? Salah Ahmed, "I can't see the ban being let go completely, as that would undermine the financial play rule. I see it being reduced to 1 year, so they are punished a bit." If they get a 1 year ban, they get a 1 year ban. At least Leicester will get in the Champions League. And Sean Turner says, "Mark, did you watch West Ham? I've watched their last couple of games. That Jared Bowen has come from nowhere, and he looks like a decent prospect." He's a little bit older though, isn't he, Jared Bowen? Is he? Somebody tell me his age. Antonio did get 4 goals. Adaz HD, he did. "Mark, please can you say Ben Rouse is a prat, please?" says Bayern Clegg Man 123. Ben, apparently you're a bit of a prat. But look, I did say I'd tell you what I had for my dinner. I feel like I'm popping. I really do. I'm not sponsored by them, but I will tell you what I got. So we had Domino's pizza tonight. I had ham and pineapple. I knew it would be controversial. Ham and pineapple pizza and a vegetarian pizza with jalapenos on it. Now, I would never normally have a vegetarian pizza, but it was actually the better of the two. It was the better of the two. So it's really nice. And then we had wedges and some... what did we have? We had some chicken things with it. Hot sauce. Chicken wings with a hot sauce. So, yeah, that was nice. So I feel quite stuffed and satisfied now. Like an expensive prostitute. Anyway, looking fresh, Mark, says Dylan O'Driscoll. And here comes Pulisic on the left-hand side. Talking of ladies of the night, that makes me think about chicken wings, because I was asked this question today, and I said, now don't judge me on this because there were ladies present. I said, the best chicken I've ever had is from Hooters. And I don't even know if Hooters exists anymore, but they used to have a Hooters in Nottingham. I think you get quite a lot of them in America. And they do these like... you can get so many bits of chicken, like you get boneless chicken. It's absolutely lovely. I would go there for the chicken, but you would get judged as to why you might really there, because it degrades women, which I hate. And basically at Hooters, they've got women in hot pants and these bloody crop toppy things and makeup, and it basically is a very sexist establishment for, there's no men going around. It's all women in hot pants and everything like that. So some people probably go there for one reason. I would recommend going there for the chicken, but you're not going to get away with that if you get caught there by your other half. They're going to, "I've just seen you in Hooters. There's a picture of you in Hooters on Facebook. I'm there for the chicken. It's the best chicken you can get, boneless style. I'm not there for the women. I hate that. I said that when I'm eating the chicken. I said, thanks for the chicken, but what you're wearing is a disgrace. What does your mother think? But thanks for the chicken." But yeah, the Hooters chicken is fantastic, and everything else is just. I don't want to talk about that. Hassan had chicken nuggets with mixed vegetable and chips. There you go. Anyway, 14 minutes gone in this game. Colin Forsex says, "I only get Playboy for the articles." Yeah. Chicken and hot birds. I'm all over Hooters, says Sean Turner. And the birds are hot if you get the hot sauce. And because I'm talking about the chicken again. "Wasn't my intention to be bitter or call you out yesterday. Some people, not you, won't give Ollie credit for his tactics, and it's clear that before Bruno he was doing the best with what he had," says Devan Powell. Thanks for the super chat, Devan. Cross comes in from them, and it's gone for a goal kick from Willian. So Sheffield United giving a look. Is it a surprise that Sheffield United are given a good account of themselves? I think we still expect them to get rolled over, and I do think that United's performance against them a couple of weeks ago, when we beat them quite comfortably, was was actually very impressive because Sheffield United are a good side. Ben Lennon says John Egan, top 5 centre backs in the league. He gets a lot of credit. John Egan, he does get a lot of credit, and I don't know a lot about him. That's why I'm googling him. 27 years of age, Irish. Born in 1992, and he was at Sunderland until 2011. No, 2014, and born to son of former Kerry Gaelic footballer John Egan, and his mother Mary was a football player as well. There you go. She's got a League of Ireland medal under her belt. She wears a belt. It's going to be 3-0 to Chelsea, says official SKP TV. There is a United stand-up show at 8 o'clock, yeah. So, 16 minutes gone. Sheffield United just moving the ball about here. Xander Berg's a good player, you know, that Sheffield United bought in January. He is a good player. A lot of United fans have been saying, what do you think about him as an heir to Matic's throne? Well, look, you know, I think if you perform in the Premier League, there's always that potential to move up to a better club, isn't it? Oh. Sheffield United nearly getting on the end of that. They've played some good football, Sheffield United, you know. Cross comes in. Back post. McBurney. Oh, what a save! Is it a goal or is he offside? It's a goal for Sheffield United. McBurney with the shot. And is it McGoldrick who whacks it in from Kepa, who really actually in that instance couldn't do a hell of a lot, which is his normal stance. But I don't think you can actually blame Kepa with this. It's a lovely bit of play by Sheffield United. And it starts off with, Chelsea get rid of the ball. But it's Osborne who makes a good run. Nearly misses it. Nearly hits it. Cross comes back in. McBurney smashes it. It deflects off a Chelsea player. And McGoldrick is there to tap it in as Kepa just scrambles. He will definitely be onside. There's no question that he's offside. But it's Mason Mount who gets... We're just talking about Sanderberg. Mason Mount tries to dribble the ball out the box. Sanderberg stands in front of him. It gets pushed out wide to Baldock, who whips the cross in. McBurney's on the back post to shoot. Deflects off a Chelsea player. Kepa can't keep it out. And then McGoldrick's there to tap it into the empty net. So lovely start to this game. Exactly what you would want as well. Sheffield United getting the early goal. Chelsea have got a bit of work to do now as they whip a cross in. But Sheffield United, something to defend here. And... perfect start to this game unless you're a Chelsea fan, really. I don't think there's anybody else who will be bothered that Sheffield United have scored first. Doesn't mean the game's over by any means. I think Chelsea will score today. But Sheffield United have started brightly in this game. And Chelsea actually haven't. I think Lampard made a mistake. I think Lampard should have played Giroud in a game like this. He's been picking Giroud for most of the games since lockdown. You come up against a team that's good in the air and you play Tammy Abraham. And they play with 3 centre-backs as well. So it's not like the ball over the top is... maybe Giroud's carrying an injury, like somebody just said there, because it doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense to me. But McGoldrick to bang it in. And that's a striker's goal, that is. Anticipating that something might be happening in the 6-yard box. And I've got to say as well, Chelsea have conceded a lot of goals this season. And I don't know what people think, but I've seen Chelsea do this a few times. They don't react to the second ball. Their centre-backs don't react to the second ball. Like, Kepa makes the save, but and McGoldrick brilliantly follows the ball in. But he's got to tap in. You know, you've got to follow these in. You can't teach it a lot of the time. You can keep telling your players to do it, but if you're a defender, you've got to anticipate that a shot is going to bounce around your 6-yard box. You can't just wait and go, they fell asleep there for me. They fell asleep and they've paid the price again, Chelsea. So, it's not 1-0 to Chelsea. I've just made it 1-0 to Chelsea. I'm an idiot. It's not 1-0. Don't get excited. It's 1-0 to Sheffield United. It's 1-0 to Sheffield United. It's 1-0 to Sheffield United. There'll be some Chelsea fans tuning in. Oh, I'll just turn into That's Football, see what's going on. Apparently we're playing tonight. We're winning 1-0 already. You're not. You're not. And I didn't even do it on purpose. But tell us the Hooters story again. No, you'll have to go back and watch it. Okay, there we go. We've got it right this time. So, let's go back to the live chats. And we've had a few super chats. Burnt Lee says, Mark, it's my friend's birthday. His name is Josh. Can you say happy birthday? Happy birthday to Josh. Can everybody say happy birthday to Josh? Existence says, Mark, there is a restaurant called Twin Peaks that is 100 times worse than Hooters. Mostly because they hire mostly under 21s, says Existence. Twin Peaks. And Mark, what do you make of the United Chilwell rumours, says Jordan Such? I think it's an absolute load of rubbish. Absolute load of rubbish. Why would you... United don't even need a left back. And why would they... And they haven't got 60 million. It's just... where's it coming from? Where is it coming from? Ollie's at the wheel. Come on, United, says Aziz. So, Chelsea now having to come from behind. That's what she said. What we need now is a Dean Henderson, who is on loan from Manchester United, masterclass. Remember, Chelsea still have got to play against Liverpool and Wolves in their final 3 games. They've got Norwich, they'll get 3 points there, but they've still got some tough games to come. Mark, with Chelsea playing Liverpool and Leicester playing Spurs in the 37th game of the week, do you reckon it will come down to the last game of the season? Says Jay. Well, what is it at the moment? United are 2 points behind Chelsea and 3 points behind Leicester. Leicester are 3 points ahead of United, a point ahead of Chelsea. So it's very, very tight. I can't see a scenario unless one of Leicester and Chelsea lose 2 in a row. I think regardless of what happens, it will come down to the final day. Yeah. I think Chelsea are going to need to beat Wolves, and Leicester and United, one of them is going to have to win. One of them might get away with a draw, but I think, I think it will come down to the final day. I mean, Leicester have got a potentially tough game against Bournemouth tomorrow. Bournemouth need to win to have any chance of staying up, so I think they'll go for it, which might suit Leicester on the break. I think Leicester are a good team on the break. And what else? Leicester have got to play... Leicester have got to play Spurs, haven't they? Which, well, I'd fancy them to win, to be honest. Johnny Bam says, if West Ham go down, would you take Antonio as a backup striker for Man United? West Ham aren't going down now. Not after today. So the drinks break is happening. And Sheffield United leading 1-0. And thoroughly deserved to be leading 1-0. The goal was a well-worked goal. And Chelsea at the moment are not as good as... have not been as good, and I don't know what's going on with Chelsea actually. Chelsea are 1 point behind Leicester. Yeah, didn't I say that? No, United are... Sorry, I've got it all mixed up here. United are 1 point behind Leicester, and they are 3 points behind Chelsea. So... So a point for Chelsea wouldn't be terrible today, but there's still plenty of time for them to get back in it and win it. Hi Mark, big fan from India. Thanks for all the content. Who will be the next breakout star for Man United, Garner or Mengi? Well, I think Garner's going to go on loan. So you know, Mengi's at the club. So who's going to have the better chance, the player on loan or the player who may get a chance in the first team? Yeah, I do think Chelsea's big problem is defensively. Does Lampard even know his best 11, says TJ Head? Yeah, I mean, look, what do people feel about that? I think he does change his team a lot. Mark Sanderberg is a fantastic player, would be brilliant at any top 4 side, and that's from Soham Bendri. I think he will be at a top 4 side. Yeah, I can see he's going to get picked up, isn't he? He's going to get picked up by a better club if he keeps going like this. But yeah, with Lampard, I mean, he's not been giving Jorginho any game time, and then today he does start him. He's not been starting Tammy Abraham, but then he does start him. I think Kovacic has been one of their best players. He doesn't start him. So he does change his team around a lot. And I think Lampard's got one of the best squads. But afternoon from Texas. I don't watch your channel regularly, but I respect your work. Well done, says Sergio Hernandez. Afternoon. Thank you very much from Texas there. And Ryan says, Chelsea are messed up on goal difference. We've got it in the bag. Come on, the Reds. And hi, Mark. I love you, Katie, and I miss you. Says, hi, Mark. I love you, Katie, and I miss you. Says Ramiz Reza. I think he's sending a message to Katie. We're turning into a radio show. Ramiz Reza says, I love you, Katie, and I miss you. There you go. What a nice message that is. I'll tell you what, I think... let me just take this back here. Manchester United are 2 points behind Chelsea. For some reason, the Premier League table on the page I'm looking at has updated and added a point to Chelsea, which makes no sense to me at all. Now, they've taken it off again now. So if Chelsea did draw, United would go level with them on points if they beat Southampton. So, sorry about that. It's not me, it's the bloody... They've had the league table as it stands, but they've done it as if Chelsea are still drawing. So if Chelsea draw today, they would be 3 points ahead of United. If they lose, 2 points ahead. But if Manchester United were to beat Southampton, they've got a better goal difference than Chelsea. So it would be a massive result if they were to drop points against Sheffield United today for Manchester United. I don't think anybody else is in it. I don't know what you all think. I mean, for me, it's Chelsea, Leicester and United for top four. And if Man City get their ban, they'll probably all get Champions League football anyway. But I don't want to finish fifth, and I'm sure Chelsea and Leicester don't. You want to finish in the top four and get it by rights. But there is a chance that all three of them could be in the top four. But I don't think anyone else is going to get back at them. I don't think they'll drop enough points for teams like Sheffield United or Wolves to get back into it, because Wolves are on 52 points. If they were to win their next game, Wolves, and Chelsea were to, and Leicester were to drop points, they'd still be 4 points off Leicester. So Sheffield United, they are 5 points off Leicester, but obviously they've got the game in hand, and that means if they win today. So there's a slim chance for Sheffield United and Wolves, but I think it will be between these clubs. Got nearly 10,000 people watching on YouTube, which is absolutely fantastic. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new. Bottom right hand corner. I will tell you how we're doing, but I know that we're trying to get up to 185,000 subscribers today. Do watch-alongs on here. Everybody's welcome, as we are doing a watch-along today. I'm not a Chelsea fan, as you know, just watching the game that I would normally watch, and I'll just go live and have a chat with you, which is great. And also do the FIFA career mode on here, which I'm doing with Villa at the moment. So subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. And we got nearly 350 watching on Hot Mic. Welcome to Finney. He's joined. Make sure you give us a follow if you're watching on Hot Mic. Kovacic is just coming back from injury, so starting him would be a risk, says Sanchez Baz. But I have seen Kovacic playing, in the last couple of weeks, so I don't like that. Hot Mic Massive is the best, says Darcy Harrison. Yeah, if you want to give Hot Mic a try, links in the video description. It's free on Apple and Android. The invite code is Mark363. You get a bit of crowd noise. You get the same visual that you get on YouTube. You get a live chat as well, and you can sync in perfectly with your TV and with me, so that when I say that Jorginho's on the ball and he passes it forward to Barkley, that's what you would be seeing on Hot Mic. So give it a try. Mark363 is the code, as Flix47 just said. Okay, so we've had just about half an hour in this game. Chelsea haven't really... I can't think of a shot on target Chelsea have had. Correct me if I'm wrong, I just haven't. Who gave you a trim? Everyman Barbers. Went yesterday morning. Yeah. Apparently Chelsea have had a shot on target. I don't recall it. There you go. That's just the way it is. Chelsea are better with Giroud, says Colin Brown. Well, Giroud is on the bench, and I'm very surprised that he didn't start Giroud today, because I've been surprised in other games that he didn't start Abraham. But against Sheffield United, I think it's a perfect game for Giroud. So I am quite surprised that he's not picked him. Mark, remember when some journalists thought Sander Berg was at Carrington in January, but it turned out to be a 15-year-old goalkeeper, says Ross Gallagher. Yeah, it was it Samuel Luckhurst from Manchester Evening News? Well, look, we all make mistakes, don't we? Hey, Mark, Greenwood is now £10 on £10 and 5 pence on Football Index. Hope you didn't sell your shares. I don't even know if I even can log into my Football Index anymore. Let's have a quick look. Football Index. Oh. No, I can't log in. Jordan Search, thanks for the super chat. He says, Mark, how do you see Sheffield United next season? Do you think the season is a one-off and next season they will be fighting relegation? Or will they be just as tough to beat, says Jordan Search. I think it's a very good question, Jordan, and I think that Sheffield United next season will not be as high as they have been this season. But I think they'll be a mid-table club, which for Sheffield United isn't necessarily a bad thing, is it? So they might be able to buy a couple of players, but then again, I think if we hadn't had coronavirus, Sheffield United would probably buy a couple of players and be a bit better. But because of coronavirus, they probably haven't got the funds to do it, so they probably have to get by with the players that they've got. The Premier League is very competitive. Like Southampton did quite well last season, and then this season they were down near the relegation zone, and then they've done better again, and they've ended up mid-table. So yeah, it's. I don't think Sheffield United will be going down, and I think that they probably will still have Dean Henderson at their club as well. We're currently 200 subscribers away from 185,000. So if you are new, please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner, be a nice number to hit tonight. 185,000. Bottom right hand corner on YouTube. Please subscribe. Appreciate that. When's the chart show out? Says Darcy. Oh, it's 2-0 to Sheffield United! Bada bing, bada boom! Pizza time! Sheffield United, McBurney. This is dreamland for Manchester United fans. This is absolutely superb. And it's typical Sheffield United. They're back with a bang. They came out of lockdown. They were a bit sluggish. They're not now. They're like... Leaps like he's... What a goal this is. What a goal this is. Lampard sat down. He's looking grumpy now. You're not so happy now, are you, Lampard? Lovely 1-2 down the left-hand side. Delicious cross. McBurney leaps like he's sat on a mousetrap. And it's 2-0 Sheffield United. And I'll tell you what, the header is elite. No keeper's saving that because it literally just goes inside the post. Absolutely smashes it in. Oh, Sheffield United. Oh, Sheffield United. Oh, Sheffield United. Oh, Sheffield United. 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 We'll sing that today because it's helping out Manchester United as well. Chelsea starstruck here. Starstruck by McBurney. Lovely stuff. Well, it's not over yet, but I don't fancy Sheffield United to concede 3 goals. Although, a word of warning. It was 2019 and it was just before Christmas. And not a mouse was stirring, not even Phil Jones in our back line. With his, he invented a ridiculous offside trap. We were 2-0 down, and we got to 3-2, and we messed it up at the end, and it ended up 3-3. So Sheffield United have been 2-0 up before, and they have messed it up before. But let's hope that's not going to happen today. Well, unless you're a Chelsea fan. In which case, you will hope that it happens today. I am just about to change the score. I just uploaded something by mistake, so it's just slowing my system down. There we go. Add the sauce. Add the sauce. The McBurney sauce. There we go. It's 2-0. Oh, Sheffield United. Oh, Sheffield United. It makes it a good game anyway. Makes it a good game anyway. Oh, Ollie McBurney. Oh, Ollie McBurney. McBurney's on fire. Your defence is terrified. McBurney's on fire. Your defence is terrified. Chelsea's defence is crap though, isn't it, really? And London finally becoming red again. Orba, Pepe and Saka. Laka, Martinelli, best attack in London now, says Amy Assey. Mark Whitten says, scenario, Man City get the ban, United win the Europa and get top four. Does a Europa spot go to the team finishing in 8th? Mark, I don't know. And to be honest with you, I'll bow to the greater knowledge in the live comments. Akil Kamal says, I see Chelsea having similar issues to pre-Bruno Man United. No one to play the killer pass. Do you see Ziyech having a similar impact? And Ryan Locke says, Henderson can up his stock with Ollie even more if he keeps Chelsea out here for us. Yeah, first step for Sheffield United is to get to half-time. 2-0, as I always say, is the most dangerous score in football. Because, if they get that one back, it can change the story very, very, very quickly. But, 12,000 watching, and we've got a fantastic Saturday evening match here. Sheffield United deservedly 2-0 up against Chelsea. I must admit, I didn't see this coming. I thought Chelsea had been doing quite well recently. Willian's been on fire. I think Lampard's mistake tonight is not picking Giroud. I really do. Defensively, Chelsea are not where they need to be. But I think that I saw it coming, says Malps. Fair play. I didn't see this coming. I didn't see this coming at all. I thought Chelsea would have enough to not be 2-0 down. Kepa's not even been that bad today, says Varron. Yeah, you couldn't. That header by McBurney, no keeper could save that. It was absolutely fantastic. Third place is ours. Who was it who said in lockdown that United will finish third? I can't remember who it was. And I seem to remember a lot of people laughed at that person and said, you're stupid. You ain't catching Chelsea. You ain't catching Leicester. You're deluded. You've been in lockdown too long. You need to get out in the real world, Goldbridge. Yes, it was me. I said United are going to get third. And I tell you what, we will get third. I don't care if we get third. I'm happy with fourth, but I've always fancied United to get third. I think that they're better than Chelsea. They're better than Leicester. But we've got to go out there and do it. We've got to go out there and do it. 8 minutes to half time. Anyway, look, 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline. I don't think Chelsea can continue to play this badly. Nice little flick by Willian there into Barkley. And thanks for the contribution from Scott Andrews. Ross Gallagher, Mark, how is this happening? Everyone has been going United's way since Bruno signed. I think he must be a god. And good cross there from Chelsea, but it comes to nothing. I've got a £100 bet with my mate that United will finish above Chelsea. He's been giving me stick all season. Now he ain't answering the phone, says Sean Turner. Mark, what do you think about Man United linked with a 50 million move to get Chiesa, says Kieran. I think if United went and bought Chiesa, I would just sit like this for all of next season. Because I'd be like, what? Why? What? Why? Like, get Sancho, that's the player. So Giroud is warming up, and I cannot believe he hasn't picked him. Because he's picked him for all the other ones, and then in a game where you need him. Do Ollie McBurney, oh Ollie McBurney. Chelsea fans will be furious. I remember these days with United. They weren't that long ago. I remember being 2-0 down to Sheffield United. Big 5 minutes though in this game. Can Sheffield United get to half-time 2-0 up? Because I tell you what, if Chelsea get one before half-time, you go in at half-time, you get your bollocking, you get motivated, you go and get the other goal quite quickly, and then you can turn a 2-0 down into a 3-2 win. So Sheffield United, they should have learned from these scenarios before. As I said, they were 2-0 up against United, and it went 2-0 to 3-2 very, very quickly in the second half. So it's far from over. Good flick by Tammy Abraham, but headed away by Sheffield United. delightful cross for the goal, by the way. I just want to say the header was very good from McBurney, but the cross that came in from Stevens was very, very good. You know, maybe the danger is, as somebody said there, go and get the third, Sheffield United. Go and get the third. Nice switch out of the play to Reece James. Does quite well. United are only on form as there are no fans, says Matthew Kirkham. So what team do you support, Matthew? And 2, what's their excuse? Anyone can score that header when you've got no defence to play against, says Jonathan Foster. Chelsea crying, says Hassan. Why is Henderson wearing a hat? Is he even allowed to, says Tig Ran. Of course he can wear a hat. There's no rules about not wearing a hat as a goalkeeper. You don't see them doing it very often now, but it's sunny, that's why, and he doesn't want the sun in his eyes. Have you got a goldfish, says Jared Plays. No, I haven't. Stretch it out. I didn't do my water break stretch. Sanderberg having a good game. Could be the heir to the Matic throne at United, some think. I think it'll be the heir to some throne. Iconic stretch time, says Jake. You've got to do it. When you've got lower back pain, you've got to do it. So, as things stand, Chelsea 2 points ahead of United, and they'll have played a game more if it stays like this. Even if they get a draw, if United beat Southampton, they would go ahead of Chelsea on goal difference. So Chelsea need to turn this 2-0 loss into a win. And there's not really much sign of it at the moment, to be honest with you. Sheffield United coming forward again here. Nice little dink into the channel. And Christensen deals with it quite well there. But I liked that from Sheffield United because it showed some enterprise on the break. What they don't want to do is sit back and then just invite Chelsea on. I think Lampard will be making changes at half-time, and I think we're definitely going to see Giroud coming on because they're not offering up enough threat. Reece James shoots. Dean Henderson does well, and that's a late tackle. Ref not going to book Barkley for that, but should never have been going in by Henderson by Reece James. But Dean Henderson, I didn't actually like what Dean Henderson did here. Reece James shoots from the edge of the box. And I don't think where Dean Henderson palms it, although it might actually be genuinely brilliant what he does, because if he'd palmed it any other way, it might have been a tap-in for the 2 Chelsea defenders. So I think he palms it into an area where there is no Chelsea player. So that might have been, it could have been luck or it could have been actually good angles. Mark Whitten, the second goal was similar to the header Bruno missed, similar build-up play. And Ridamoy says, Nick Pope or Dean Henderson or Pickford for England, Euro 2020. Not Pickford. And the English Ray Hudson, love your stuff, Mark, here in Florida, USA. MUFC, says Paul Rayners. Thank you very much for your super chats there. I got a haircut today and it feels good, says Ethan Derrick. It does feel good when you get your haircut. I mean, you can get it done at home and you can do a decent job like I did, but there's nothing quite like a great haircut from a hairdresser's. Star Kid says, why is Dean Henderson wearing a cap? Because it's sunny. Are people just not thinking? The sun's in his eyes. You can see the sun shading onto the grass. It's clearly going straight into his face. He's got a pale skin complexion. He doesn't want a suntan. No, he doesn't want, it's the sun in his eyes, isn't it? Joe Hart wore a cap, says Hassan. Most of the time it looked like Joe Hart was wearing a blindfold, to be honest. Overrated is not the word for him. McTominay can become a CDM, says Sir Andres Pereira. When Matic left Chelsea on loan, Benfica covered him from playmaker to CDM. Matic is a number 10. Ricky would pee white stuff. Says, oh, that's disgusting. I don't like that sort of talk. And Zane is the only dealer who sells drugs to fund super chats, but also uses his own supply before he makes the super chats, says Palmerius. Slanderous. RM says Chelsea could actually end up 6th. I don't think they'll finish that low. I think what would happen though is if Chelsea, I mean, look, I think if you're Chelsea, right, you're losing this game 2-0. And you know if you lose or draw this game and United beat Southampton, you're behind United on Monday night. You've then got Norwich, which you'll win, but then you've got Liverpool and Wolves, where they're two difficult games. So they'll get nervous, Chelsea, if they don't turn this around. And let's be honest, if Chelsea lose, that's 11 losses. Like, that's getting on for losing 33% of your games. It's not good enough, is it? But it's been a funny old season. Why not St. Maximin? He's top class, says Mansour Mazwav. I'm sure he is, but I want Sancho at United. I don't want St. Maximin. I don't want St. Maximin. I don't want Chiesa. I don't want Traore. I don't want Old Brighton. I want Jadon Sancho. There's plenty of game left in this, you know. Plenty of game time yet. I wouldn't be saying Chelsea are out of it just yet. Sheffield United need to get to half time first. Play it in sections. Get to half time. Keep it nil. Keep a clean sheet. Come out second half. Get to the drinks break. Keep it as a clean sheet. That's what they need to keep doing. I mean, Chelsea actually haven't created much in this game. Watch them score just before half time. Next United stand meet up at Hooters, Mark, says Sean Turner. I bet they'd love to have us. I'd only be there for the chicken. The glorious chicken. That's the only bird I'm interested in at Hooters. And I used to have a channel that says E-I-E-I-E-I-O, in the damn top four we go, Manchester. I added that bit in. About 30 seconds left of this before half time. I hope we have got some Chelsea fans. I would love to see what people think about what Chelsea have done in this first half, but they might get one back. Reece James, that's a terrible ball, and it goes for a corner. Rory must be thinking of excuses for Lampard as we speak. All his Sarri slander, says TJ Heads. Are they not on? Are they not on today? I don't know when they're next on, Brian and the boys. Corner cleared, and that's half time. Do you prefer cats or dogs, Mark, says Yazza? I'm indifferent to both, to be fair. So, half time, 2-0, Sheffield United. Chelsea are, at the moment, heading to the exit door of the top four. But I tell you what, though, if Chelsea did drop points today, and United did drop points, it gives United a bit of breathing space. It gives Leicester a bit of breathing space. I mean, look, we're all saying United need to win all their games, and I think they do, and I think Leicester do as well. But if people keep dropping points, then it makes it a little bit interesting. Mark, are you ready for the masterclass tomorrow? North London derby tomorrow. I will be doing a watch-along on here, yes. And Mark, how do you think we play against Liverpool and City next season? We will sit back and hit on the break, or do you think we'll play as we are now, all-out attack, says James Smith? I don't think the way United play at the moment is all-out attack, to be honest. But sorry, Nathan Emerson. Some of them do just whiz through. What time was the first goal? Just got a message. Literally asking what minute did the first goal go in. Weird things go on. Right, let's have a quick look at that half then. Look, both goals from Sheffield United are good goals. The first one, cross comes in, McBurney shoots, it deflects. Kepa can't quite keep it out, and McGoldrick taps it in. And then the second goal, I really like that. I really did like that. The cross comes in again, whipped in from the left-hand side by Stevens, and Ollie McBurney heads it in. And you know, I think Kepa gets a lot of stick, justifiably. He can't do anything about that. He cannot do anything about that, and it's 2-0. Do I think it's over for Chelsea? Look, the only reason I think it's not necessarily over yet is because United were 2-0 down at Bramall Lane just before Christmas, as I was saying in the first half, and we got to 3-2 up and then we blew late on. So Chelsea could get back into this game very, very quickly, but they've not shown any signs of it. Sheffield United are 2-0 up and deserve to be 2-0 up, and they're not. Chelsea are not creating lots of chances. So you're going to have to see a transformation with Chelsea in the second half in relation to how they're playing. I think we'll see substitutions. Looking at the bench, I would probably get Loftus-Cheek on, and I would probably get Giroud on. I'd take Abraham off, maybe take Mason Mount off, because they've got to change it. Lampard can't be patient. Those players have not delivered in the first half. They shouldn't be getting another 10-15 minutes in the second half. He's got to make the changes now, because you're 45 minutes away from losing the we just what's that film? We've just lost the momentum, or we just lost. Yeah, you've lost control. If Chelsea draw or lose tonight, United have got the control, because if they draw and United win on Monday, then we're level with Chelsea, but we've got better goal difference. If they lose, we go above them without goal difference. So Chelsea have got 45 minutes to turn that 2-0 into a win. And if they don't, they've lost the control of the top 4 race. And that's the challenge I would be saying at half-time. I think Chelsea have looked quite good in the top 4 race, but not at the moment, and not today. They were a little bit fortunate against Palace in the midweek, but I'm not going to be critical of that. You need a little bit of luck at times, but they need to do a lot better in the second half. If Chelsea didn't buy Ziyech, I think he would have been a very good choice for United, says Mohammed Ibrahim. Which stadium do you prefer, Elland Road or Anfield? I hate both, but I hate Leeds fans, so I prefer Anfield, says Kush. I think as a ground, Anfield is a better ground, but again, I don't like it because it's our rivals. But I am looking forward to Leeds coming back into the Premier League. The rivalry with United is one that I look forward to igniting again. Zayn Miasi, if your team takes an L tomorrow, you will be officially the most banter club in the league, says Jordan Such. And even if you win tomorrow in the North London derby, you'll simply be playing for 7th. Could Wan-Bissaka be turned into a CDM? 8th, actually, probably. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Could Wan-Bissaka be turned into a CDM, says Mark Coughlin. Why? Why would you turn one of the world's best right-backs into a centre? I don't get that. I've heard this a lot over the years. Could Lindelof be a CDM? Could Wan-Bissaka be a CDM? Why? He's very good in the position he is. Why turn him into something else? Which have done that one. And though says, what do you think of Zanderberg? Looks solid to me. Good physique for the Prem too. Looks a really good player. And what do you think? Yeah, I've done that. And Zane's back. Mark, after seeing Grealish against United and English players for Chelsea today, English are so overhyped. What is Saeed smoking, saying Maguire is the best defender? Well, Saeed's got his own opinions, as we know. I don't endorse all of them. I don't endorse any of them. But look, let's have a look at the Premier League table. As things stand, Chelsea are on 60 points. They'll have played a game more than Leicester and Man United. So if Leicester win tomorrow against Bournemouth or draw, they would go above Chelsea. If Man United win or draw, they will go above... if they win, they would go above Chelsea as things stand. Sheffield United would be on 54 points in 6th place, which would have them 4 points ahead of Arsenal, 5 points ahead of Spurs, and 2 points ahead of Wolves. And Arsenal and Spurs play tomorrow. Arsenal in 8th on 50 points and Tottenham in 10th on 49 points. So big game in that sense, because I think if Spurs lose, they're going to finish 10th. If Arsenal lose, they're going to probably finish around 8th themselves. So it's not, I don't care whatever you say. You can say, well, we've had to change our manager, which both clubs have had to do. But I still don't think, even with the new managers coming in, they've got squads that should not be finishing 8th, 9th or 10th. If I was Arsenal and Spurs, I'd be desperate to try and get 7th or 6th, because finishing behind teams like Sheffield United and Wolves it's not good enough. So it's a massive game, the North London derby tomorrow, even if it's got nothing to do with anything that matters, like the Champions League or a title race. It literally is a derby, to a mid-table matters derby in many ways, because you are actually just doing it to try and not be bantered. It literally is the banter cup, isn't it? Because 8th, 7th is not good enough, but 10th is even worse. So that's what they're doing, really. Jordan Such, the players are carrying Ollie at the least. Arteta has a system. Once we get the right players with the Arsenal, and we're gunning for you. Zane, I think you're just trying to become the bigger banter Arsenal fan at the moment, because you're not doing yourself any favours. Humility, quiet, and start focusing on your own house. United are the best team in Europe at the moment, on form. I don't think anybody could argue with that on form right now. Over the last month, Manchester United are the best team in Europe, but obviously Liverpool are the best team in the world. They've won the league, they've won the Champions League. They won't be the Champions League winners in August, but that's the way it is. And Sancho update, Mark. I'll be talking about Sancho on the United Stand at 8 o'clock. There is an update on Sancho, but I'll be talking about that on United Stand at 8 o'clock, and doing a preview for the Southampton game, which could take on a very different twist if Chelsea don't sort themselves out in the second half. Man United are going to batter Chelsea in the FA Cup next week, says Daniel Speakman. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm looking forward to United playing Chelsea next week, and I'm sure Chelsea fans are looking forward to it as well. But I think if you ask Chelsea fans, United fans, Leicester fans, I mean, Leicester obviously out of the FA Cup now, got knocked out by Chelsea, but that's just a bonus. That tournament's just a bonus. It's not that important. The important thing is winning against these teams and getting yourself into the top 4 positions. That's what's really important. So I think that this next 45 minutes for Chelsea is just so hopeful that things will. It's just so important for Chelsea this next 45 minutes. It really is. But can Chelsea break it down? Can they break it down? I don't know. Second half, what do you think? What do you think second half? I don't know. I don't know. I think because I want United, obviously I'm desperate for Sheffield United to get some points off Chelsea today. I'm nervous. Look, if Chelsea come back from 2-0 down and win the game, I would have to stand up and applaud it. Of course I would. I'm not going to be a mug. I don't want it to happen. I don't want it to happen. I'd be happy with a point. I actually would have been happy with a point today. So I'll be happy if it's a draw. But from this position, Sheffield United really should be getting the job done. I just hope that they continue to be a threat on the attack, because I think if they spend 45 minutes defending, look, the game's going to have to take a big swing. Chelsea certainly didn't have Sheffield United, backs to the wall by any means in that 45 minutes. So that's Lampard's first job. He's got to try and make that happen. But I think Sheffield United have looked in control of the midfield and a threat on the break, and their wing backs are doing a good job. So I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw, but I hope Sheffield United are going to get a third and take it away from them. But the big thing for me, and I'm sure it's the same for Leicester, and look, I think even there may be teams in the chasing pack who think they've got a chance. I don't think you've got any chance, but Sheffield United need to go and get this result now. They'd be good. And also from Sheffield United's point of view, I mean, let's. I think so much. Sheffield United get so disrespected. They do get so disrespected because at the moment they've got 54 points. They're 6 points off Chelsea. Chelsea have got Wolves and Liverpool to play. So Sheffield United would be like, I mean, look. Imagine if Sheffield United hadn't dropped all those points they did at the start. That goal that was disallowed against Villa, that would have been another 2 points for them. They lost to Newcastle as well, didn't they? They lost to United. So they took 1 point from their first 9 back after lockdown. So, and yet here they are. They're 6 points off 4th place. So if they win today, so they probably are a little bit unlucky the way things have gone. And they drew with Burnley as well. So they've had a very good season, Sheffield United. And I don't think we should disrespect them to the level that, you know what, Chelsea are going to come back in the second half and batter them. I think if Sheffield United keep playing the way that they're playing, they might get something out of it. Zayn Miasi, if the players carry Ollie to a league title, you won't hear me complain. You stick with Louise and Mustafi in defence, says Jordan Such. And Harold Holst-Fairspalt says 76 possession and also almost nothing created. Love it. Why are Shaw and Lindelof underrated by many? People said it's only Sheffield and Brighton. Stay safe. Yeah. Well, look, I think United's game on Monday against Southampton on paper is going to be our hardest game. But I also think that the wins that we've had so far, I guarantee you Villa played well the other night. We just had too much firepower for them. Bournemouth were a bit crap, but Sheffield United and Brighton, they're decent sides, and we made them look pretty average, really. So yeah, very good with that. I'm just going to check my phone for a minute, not to be antisocial, just want to check how we're doing on the old subscribers. Bottom right hand corner to subscribe. We're very close to 185,000. We're only 50 away. Bottom right hand corner, subscribe if you're new. You're very welcome. Everybody's welcome on here on That's Football. Doesn't matter who you support. I hope we have got some Chelsea fans because I'd like to know what you're thinking about the second half. And obviously we do a bit of FIFA on here as well. Tomorrow we will be doing North London Derby, and then FIFA will be back on Monday. The Villa career mode going quite well. Ups and downs, but it's going quite well. We're starting to steady the ship. So bottom right hand corner to subscribe, get involved. You're very, very welcome. And if you are on Twitch, thanks everyone who's tuning in there. We're not doing Twitch. If you're on Hot Mic, you're very welcome as well. You're very welcome to try it. Links in the video description. Invite code Mark363. It's an app. So instead of watching YouTube, you can have the app running. So you can just listen to it like a radio. You have crowd noise on there as well. Give it a go. We've got over 300 watching on there, which is fantastic. And thanks everyone for tuning in. Any changes for Chelsea? What do you think about the Mexican player Edson Alvarez from Ajax, says Eduardo Moreno? I mean, I don't really think a lot about him, to be honest. I know who you're on about for once. Sometimes people mention names and I don't know who they are. I don't think he's anybody who's being touted for a Premier League move, is he? So, I don't know. I mean, look, he might be the sort of player that could go to Sheffield United and do quite well. Or in Everton and do quite well. I don't think he'll be going to any of the top 6 clubs. Jordan, you've spent $1 billion and nothing show for it. We've finished above you past few seasons. Bruno's the only difference between the 2 clubs. Yeah, but last time I checked, Zane, Bruno wears a Manchester United shirt. You can't say, oh, you're only better than us because one of your players... Does he wear a Manchester United shirt? Yes. Sit down. What do you think about the Mexican... I've done that one. And would you take Thiago Silva for 2 years at United, says Jacob? No, not really, because Rudiger's on and Alonso's on for Christensen and Mount. Rudiger and Alonso for Christensen and Mount. So they're going for they're trying to mirror... That's weird. What do you think about that then? What do you think about that? He's gone and brought Rudiger on for Christensen, so defender for defender, but he's also brought on Alonso for his attacking midfielder. So they're basically going to play a 5-2-3, aren't they? They're going to have Jorginho and Barkley as a 2. They're going to play with wing backs with Rudiger, Zuma and Azpilicueta. And Reece James and Alonso will be the wing backs. So fair play. I mean, look, if it works, doesn't it? He's obviously gone for a tactical change rather than a like-for-like change. So there you go. That's what he's gone for. If City's ban gets overturned, says Extra Z, also predictions for tomorrow, Battle of the Mid-Table. I'm just looking forward to watching the London Derby tomorrow. Shirt number from Greenwood next season, Ollie's 20, says Ben Summers. I'd like to see that happening, yeah. Said Jamie, every time Chelsea drop points, we never capitalise. I hope that's not the case on Monday. I also think we'll rotate. 4 games in 10 days is ridiculous. I don't think we'll rotate, said Jamie. I actually don't think we'll rotate. And also, we did take advantage when they lost to West Ham. So, it's a new United. It is a new United. Interesting second half, though. I don't think Sheffield United are going to just sit back and take it. I think there's an opportunity here for them to go and be competitive and, you know, make this half go quick by having a lot of the ball themselves. So yes, tactical change by Chelsea. What do you think to that? He's not changed. He's took Mason Mount off and he's gone to wing backs. It'll either be genius or foolish. We will see. Wilf Ochago says, Mark, how ethical is it for certain channels to transfer all its subscribers to a new channel? Effective for the new channel has bought subscriber. Doesn't seem right to me. It's... Yeah, I mean, look, I've got no interest in those sort of things, to be honest, Wilf, anymore. But, you know, I suppose I could. That's football. If Football Daily gave me their channel with over 1.5 million subscribers, it's not really That's Football, is it? It's a channel with a load of subscribers. But you know, at the end of the day, so what? what does it matter? Mason Mount's gone off, says Football Reactions, and Chelsea will have to come at us. We usually like it when teams attack us. It leaves spaces on the wings, which we enjoy, says Sam Proctor. There you go. And can we still activate the buyback clause on Depay if Sancho fell through, says Aaron Leacock. United haven't got a buyback clause with Memphis Depay. I think we've got a first refusal. A buyback clause is when you can buy them back for a certain amount of money. We've got like a first refusal. So if someone puts an offer in for Memphis Depay that Lyon want to accept, then United get told about it. And Man City have got one with Sancho as well. Greenwood should get a number 11, says Cross X for 3. Opinions on Partey to United, says Premier League fan. Not heard anything about it. Don't think it's going to happen. So let's have a look while we're going on here. Chelsea have got to start getting into this game. They've got to start creating chances. And at the moment, they're finding it very hard to break down Sheffield United's back line and midfield. And look, that's not a surprise. Chelsea are going to have to do some... As I said, if Chelsea came back from this at half-time and won 3-2, something would have to be ridiculously in their favour, like a red card or a dodgy ref decision or whatever. Or they're going to have to play fantastically well to break them down. And at the moment, Sheffield United, as has always been the case this season under Chris Wilder, they are organised, they know their job, and it's going to be very hard for Chelsea to break them down. They're going to have to break them down with quality. Willian has it on the right-hand side. Cross comes in. Good header by Alonso, and it goes wide. And even then, they've got to get past Dean Henderson, which has not been easy. I do like hot mics, says Harry Kane. Nice sync feature. It's Harry Kane. I'm Harry Kane. I'm the enemy of Batman. And I'm just very fed up at the moment because I like to cause havoc in the penalty box, but Jose Mourinho is making it impossible. I'm spending all my time at home in the own penalty box. I need to score goals. That's what Harry Kane's here for. I think I might have to get a move. I want to go to Manchester United, but they won't buy me because I'm too expensive. We broke Sheffield United down with 15 minutes. Surely Chelsea can do it, says Josh Watkins. They could. They could. Scenes when Bruno wins 3 straight Player of the Month awards, says Fritz. Well, yeah, it could happen. I said this when we bought Bruno Fernandes, though. I mean, look, I really genuinely don't like saying I told you so, but I do say things, and then I am quite happy when they happen. So I suppose in a way I am saying I told you so, but I had total confidence in Bruno Fernandes. I knew he was exactly what Manchester United needed, and he's a stat padder. But Ronaldo's a stat padder. Messi's a stat padder. Being a stat padder doesn't mean it's not a negative thing. It just means they get goals every game. They do something every game. And Bruno is a stat padder in the sense that he might have a bad game, but he'll still get a goal and an assist. So he's not going to stop. Like, I put a tweet out today about how he's got the most assists per game in the Premier League for anybody who's played 10 games or more. And people were like, "Well, that's only because he's only played 10 games, and you know, De Bruyne has played like 30 games." And I was like, "No, but he's done it over 10 games. It's not going to drop off. Over the next 10 games, he'll probably do the same again. So it's not going to drop off." I hate Harry Kane on FIFA. So Dylan Betts is on about him having a 70-something dribbling on FIFA. I can't use Harry Kane on FIFA. I find him really hard to use because he's got no pace. Could have been a great goal there. Lovely play by Sheffield United on the break, and it ends up going for a corner. I mean, James of Chelsea doesn't look very happy, but I don't think he could do much there because it's just every pass that they play is perfect. McBurney into McGoldrick, lays it off, and then Osborne is stretching, and it nearly works. Nearly works. But not quite. Sorry. I called him Osborne. It wasn't Osborne. Osborne was the one who nearly got on the end of the cross. It was Baldock who put the cross in. But they have got a corner here, Sheffield United. And it'll be another corner as well. And this is what you want to see. 2-0 up. It's not going to be another corner, actually. It's going to whip the cross in. This is what you want to see. 2-0 up and the ball in Chelsea's half. And this is what I mean about Sheffield United. They've got and Leicester play Sheffield United next. Bloody hell. That's a tough game for Leicester as well. Sheffield United might... I'm going to have a look at that. If Sheffield United win this game, they might legitimately think they've got a chance of 5th. We'll have a look at that in a moment. But yeah, they're doing very well. Oh, lovely little play. Whip the cross. Lovely play again. McBurney. Oh, unlucky. Chelsea will get away with it with Pulisic. I love Zane Bruno. Is the difference between the two clubs. Yeah, it's not as if we have a better defence, is it? A bit of banter going on between those two. Please subscribe if you're new on YouTube. Bottom right-hand corner to do that. Let's have a quick look at this. I didn't realise that the next game for Sheffield United is Leicester. Bloody hell. It's going to get very exciting, isn't it? So, Leicester play Bournemouth tomorrow. And then on Wednesday night, you've got... Thursday night, just before United play Palace, Leicester play Sheffield United. Now then, Sheffield United could take 3 points off Leicester and halve that gap. And then Leicester have got Spurs and Leicester have got United. So, with the league table as it stands, Sheffield United are 5 points behind Leicester. It could be done. It could be done. But what are Sheffield United's last few fixtures? Everton and Southampton. You never know. You never know. Sheffield United might just go and do a mad one again. And look, I'm not including Man United. What if Man United, Leicester and Chelsea go and drop more points and Sheffield United keep winning? Could be on. Could be on. Hot mic code is Mark363 if you want to download it and give it a go. It's on Apple and Android. It's free. Link in the video description. But Chelsea, as of yet, not doing anything. And we've had 10 minutes already. Could be a long half for Sheffield United, but they just need to keep at it. As I said, only mistakes are going to let Chelsea back in this game unless they suddenly start playing well, which they haven't done for 55 minutes. Creative Afrique says, Mark, you deserve so much credit about Bruno. It's not I told you so. You went on and on about how we needed him and you've been proved right. Simple. Thank you. Thank you. Jordan, it's the Battle of Britain next season. Aubameyang, Saka, Martinelli, Zaha, Pepe against Martial, Greenwood, Pogba, Rashford. Mate, saying, look, I like you, mate. You are absolutely setting yourself up for a massive fall if you think Arsenal are going to be anywhere near United next season. Your battle next season is with Sean Dyche. And he might not even be managing Burnley. He might be managing bloody, I don't know, Brentford. Sheffield United again. They're looking good. They're looking good on the break. And they've got the ball again here. They're only in there. They've just come into the Chelsea half. But possession is possession. Good tackle there by Alonso. Nice little ball there. But he's covered the angles and... Oh, defenders ran into a bit of trouble there. Chelsea have got it on the right hand side. Reece James. 2-0 is a very dangerous score in football. Corner to Chelsea. Mark Whitten says, if Man United get top 4 and win the Europa, does 8th get Europa? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. Corner cleared by Sheffield United. Leicester could drop as low as 8th, somebody said there. I do think Leicester played quite well against Arsenal second half, so... Tristan Van Tonder says, Mark, Man City decision expected on Monday before our 8 PM kickoff. Will this be a problem for our mentality before we play Southampton? What would you do? Says Tristan. Yeah, I mean, look, that's a very good point. I would rather that we didn't know about that until the season was over, because I want United to just keep playing the way they're playing, and they're playing with a bit of fear, and they're playing with a bit of not fear. They're playing with a motivation. They've got something to chase down, and if they've got nothing to chase, they might drop off a bit. If Sheffield United beat Chelsea today and Leicester next, they will have removed Wolves, Chelsea and Leicester from top 4 race for Manchester United, says Aritra. Yeah, I've not thought about it like that. Yeah, they did beat Wolves, didn't they? But Sheffield United looked very good tonight. I watched them in that first game back against Villa. They looked bang average. And obviously they got well and truly beaten by Newcastle. Crossed by Reece James. And gone for a corner. I'm amazed he hasn't brought Giroud on yet. Top 5 Premier League managers based on resources this season, says B. Yakov. Well, I'd definitely put the Sheffield United manager into that. How do you see our chances in Europa, says Sebastian Anderson. I think United will win the Europa League. I think, you can only do it based on current form. I don't see a team in the Europa League that can beat Man United, but in a month's time it might change. Form changes, doesn't it? But yeah, I'd get Giroud on as well, Faz. I think that I just don't think Tammy Abraham is suitable for a game like this. There's no ball over the top. He's not getting ball into the feet. The only ball that's really going into him is in the air, and Giroud he's that player, isn't he? Would you consider Hot Mic for United stand watch-alongs? I tend to be almost a minute behind because of my internet. I always tune off so I don't get spoilers, says South Pole of Sports. No, we don't use Hot Mic for United stand because we're on Twitch for that as well. So I don't want to do 3 different live chats. It becomes silly. What do you think of... why hasn't Chong been in the lineup? Don't want to talk about that. City ban looking likely. They can get away with it, but I think they might because the Arabs would buy their way out of it, says Max Marin. Look, I don't think City should get away with that ban because I think clearly they've done something wrong, so they should get the ban. But at the end of the day, does it really matter to Manchester United? Because I think we could get top 4. Now, this is an interesting situation for Chelsea. They've got a free kick here, and they've done sod all in this game. So a free kick is... it's the sort of luck that they needed, really. I'm not saying it wasn't a free kick, and but a free kick to get back in the game is exactly what could be exactly the spark that Chelsea need. So I think Barkley's going to take it. And he's hit it into the wall. And, yeah, a bit of an opportunity there for Chelsea gone. Alonso wins the header well. And a good header back there to Henderson. Did you know that Ross Barkley is Nigerian, says Mohamed Abdallah. I didn't know he's Nigerian because obviously he plays for England, doesn't he? But I knew that he had I didn't know, I think it's his dad, isn't it? I think it must be that his dad's Nigerian then, but would you take Christian Pulisic at United, says Alidep. Not now, I would have done. Giroud is top class, says Jace, in my opinion. I'm sure he'll be coming on soon. Sheffield United are about to make a couple of substitutes. Neymar says, did you get a haircut? Yes, I did. Victor Osman looks like a good player, Bogdan. And what kind of players should we watch in the academy at United that could potentially come into the team, says Andrew? I think with any youth player, I don't think it matters whether it's Chelsea, United, Arsenal. I think if you get too excited about players in the youth system, you're probably going to get disappointed. Like, until they play in the first... Look, I know so many young players that have been mentioned as the next big thing for Manchester United, and they never make it. So, Rashford wasn't tipped to be the next big thing. There was a lot of surprise around Rashford when he came into the team and did well, because he wasn't really touted as this next big thing in the youth setup. Because the difference between youth football and men's football is very, very different. So, look, it's worked with Greenwood. Everybody'd heard about Greenwood, but it doesn't always work that way. So predicting who's going to be the next player is very difficult. Dylan Jackson, thanks for the super chat. And Tammy's the most overrated striker in the league, says Nathan Emerson. I said this the other night, I don't know what Tammy Abraham's future is going to be, because when they get Timo Werner, he's not going to start for Chelsea. So is he one of those success stories for Lampard this year? He scored a few goals, but what's Tammy Abraham's future? I don't think he's going to be Chelsea's striker. I think he's going to be on the bench. Does he think he's better than that? Is he better than that? Would he get into any other top 6 club? You know, is he actually an Everton striker? You know, there's a lot of questions around Tammy Abraham. You know, football can change around very, very quickly. Muze comes on for Sheffield United. Give him a bit more mobility on the break. McBurney comes off, part in both of the goals. Half an hour still to go. Plenty of time for Chelsea to get back in. As I said, United turned around a 2-0 deficit quite quickly. Get one back and things can change very quickly. Remember, Man City needed 2 goals in extra time, in stoppage time once, and they won the league. So, you know, you can score 2 quite quick. But from a United point of view, a Manchester United point of view, and a Leicester point of view, it's really 3 Chelsea goals that are needed, because a point isn't actually that great for Chelsea today. They need to keep winning. If they draw, the momentum for top 4 shifts to Leicester and United. If Chelsea draw and United beat Southampton and Leicester beat Bournemouth, Chelsea would drop to 5th. So Chelsea need to win to keep control of the top 4 race. And at the moment, they're doing nothing like it. They've had a very bad game, Chelsea, today. They don't look dangerous. Hendo's lost his hat. Everyone happy, says Paul Toledo on Hot Mic. Well, he's took it off because the sun's gone in, Paul. Do you think Grealish or Sancho would fit in for Manchester United today? Yeah, I think they'd give us some really good squad depth, which is very important. Here's Barkley. Good play by Barkley. Gets it wide. Pulisic. Not quick enough. I think if you're going to get past this Sheffield United team, you're going to have to be a lot quicker than that. It looked promising for a moment. Tammy Abraham lays it off for Barkley. He does a bit of skill move on the edge of the box. Plays it to Pulisic, but he takes too long on the ball. And the block's in. 65 minutes gone. Drinks break in 5 minutes. I did say if Sheffield United, they've just got to compartmentalise this game. They were 2-0 up, 10 minutes till half time. Get to half time with a clean sheet. You come out, second half, get to that drinks break at 70 minutes with a clean sheet, and then get to full time with a clean sheet. So they're doing what they need to do at the moment, Sheffield United, and it's for Chelsea to, you know, I think Chris Wilder will be just like, you know what, if Chelsea go and win the game from this point playing great football, then what can I do? But Giroud is coming on here for Pulisic, and they're going to go 2 up front. So again, it's not a like for like change. It's about wing backs and crosses into the box. Effectively, they're playing a 5-2-1-2 now. Willian's gone centre attacking midfield ahead of, or next to Barkley, with Jorginho, a back 3, and Reece James and Alonso as the wingers. Ooh, good hit there by Giroud. Who saw my FIFA career mode when Giroud scored that absolute banger? Well, he's nearly done one here. Ball over the top. Would have been one of the goals of the season if he'd scored it. Unbelievable hit. Bit like Rooney to Van Persie all those years ago at Old Trafford. Long ball from the back from Rudiger. And edge of the box, Giroud just volleys it with his left foot. It would have been goal of the season. How long until Jose gets sacked and who will replace him, says B. Yakov? I think it's going to be a long, long time before Mourinho gets sacked. But he will not succeed at Spurs. Chelsea says, hi Mark, Chelsea and Leicester look unstable now. What do you think about the next season? 1 million subs on the day when we hopefully secure the title win. Well, that would be a dream, wouldn't it, Chelsea, on the United stand? But it's a massive 25 minutes now for a lot of teams. Sheffield United player coming off now. So they're doing the drinks break now at 67 minutes, not 70 minutes. I suppose the ref has just said, let's just get on with it and do it now. I'm going to have a stretch break. Yes, thanks for everybody reminding me. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. And Iron Soldier says, Chelsea dominating possession, but still getting slapped up. Chart shows out tomorrow morning, Hannock. Yeah, didn't go out this morning because Ollie had a press conference, which never happens on a Saturday, but it's because we're playing on Monday, so couldn't put the chart show out. I know what the top 10 is, and it's out tomorrow morning on the United stand. Jagielka's coming on for Sheffield United for Basham, which could be a little bit disruptive for them, really. Are you doing the Leicester game on here tomorrow? Says Ewan Black. No, I'm doing Villa. I'm doing Arsenal Spurs tomorrow on here because I think Arsenal Spurs is just a very interesting game. Even though it's not for Champions League, I just think it's almost like it's a game neither of them ever want to lose. But if they were to lose it, their season is just awful, absolutely awful. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to it. But 22 minutes to go, 2-0 to Sheffield United. And as I just said, it's really, really pivotal for so many clubs. For Sheffield United, they play Leicester on Thursday. So if they were to win tonight and on Thursday, it wide opens top four again. Sheffield United could get back into the race. Chelsea still got Liverpool and Wolves to play in their final 3 games after today. United and Leicester watching this, just, massive chance for them if points are dropped. So many twists and turns to come, and a lot of it will depend on this next 20 minutes. If Chelsea could turn this into a win, I think they'll definitely get top 4. But it's a corner to Sheffield United here. The big guys go up. Egan, O'Connell and Jagielka. Cross coming in now. And Rudiger gets rid of it. But they've still got it for the cross. Ooh, Kepa gets hold of it. Could have been something there, but it wasn't. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner on the old YouTube. You're very welcome. Everyone's welcome on this channel. We do watch-alongs on here, and obviously I do United on the United stand, but Chelsea had a bit of a break there, but Sheffield United win it back again and just pass their way out. Lovely bit of play there by McGoldrick. He's going to go wide for Musée, and I think Rudiger's got that covered, but Arsenal would have been better off keeping Giroud and saving 50 million rather than buying Lacazette, says TJ Head. Well, look, Lacazette cost them that win against Leicester on the other night. He had 2 very good chances, and I didn't hear any criticism about him. Ozzy says he loves the channel so much. Cheers. And that goes back to Henderson. So, look, Chelsea got, they've wasted over half of this second half now. They've not improved from the first half. And at the moment, they are heading towards dropping of points again. Their 11th loss of the season for Chelsea as things stand, which would be amazing. I don't think many people predicted that Chelsea would play this poorly today and be this tactically outdone. Do you think we'll struggle against West Ham, considering them winning 4-0 today and then being 16th? Great work from Antonio. Cheers from Sweet, says Backer008. Look, United's next few fixtures, much like Leicester, much like Chelsea's, that I think United will win all those games, but it's not definitely going to be the case, is it? West Ham, Palace, Southampton, Leicester. To win those 4 games will take some doing for United, because you're not going to keep winning 3-0 every single game. Chelsea today reminds me of United before Bruno, says Bishwash. All possession but no output. Will Werner and Ziyech make a difference? Well, yeah, I think that they will. Barkley's, I thought he was going to shoot there. Aspilicueta will. And it goes wide. And I think it's going to be a corner. In fact, it is. What if Man City lost to Brighton tonight, says Ihab? I don't think it makes any difference, does it? Hi Mark, what signing would Liverpool need to improve, says Josh Thompson. I mean, Liverpool have just won the league comprehensively, but you should always be looking to... Oh, chance for Chelsea on the back post. Tammy Abraham, flicked by Rudiger. It was a tight angle for Tammy Abraham. I don't know whether he should have scored it. We'll have to see it back. Corner comes in from Willian. Rudiger gets there on the front post, flicks it towards the back post. I think a striker should probably be going and scoring from there, Tammy Abraham. I don't know whether he would have scored because Dean Henderson looked like he'd covered it, but he's got to put it on the on target. Chris Wilder is outclassing Lampard in every way, says Road to Dawn. I would agree with you on that one. Please, can you do a watch along for the next Old Firm game, says Ewan. I can certainly consider it, but there is no Scottish football at the moment. Oh, God. Football, eh? Don't you just love it? Don't you just bloody well love it? It's really difficult, isn't it? Because I'm like, realistically, how are Chelsea going to score 3 goals in 15 minutes? But even I'm thinking, well, look, I'll be a lot happier when there's 10 minutes to go. And then I'll be a lot happier when there's 5 minutes to go. And then when it gets to stoppage time, I'll be a lot happier when the final whistle goes. Elliot says, I've just tuned in. This is great news for us at United. It really is. It really is. And Wyatt says, are you doing a watch-along for the North London derby? Yes, I will. I will do. What I tend to do is I'll do a watch-along if I'm going to watch the game. So I will watch that game, so I'll do a watch-along. And that's back for a throw-in for Sheffield United again. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. I just got to do something. I'm still here. I can still talk to you. You just can't see me. But I will be back shortly. Saturday night film night. It is. Hudson Odoi is going to come on for Reece James. They need to do something here now. Oh, they do. They do. They really, really do need to do something here tonight, Chelsea. Unfortunately, I don't think Lampard's tactically been able to do it. I really don't. There's a chance to put a free kick in here from Willian, but I don't think a draw is a good result for Chelsea. Willian puts the cross in, and that will be a goal kick. Remember, a draw for Chelsea puts them 3 points ahead of United, but United's goal difference is way better than Chelsea's, so United would go ahead of them. Surprised Kovacic isn't playing. He oozes class as existence. Yeah, I agree with that. I really agree with you on that one. I think that Kovacic, for me, up until Christmas, was one of the low-key best midfielders in the league. Had a fantastic season. But even if this was 0-0, I would say Sheffield United deserve a point. There's not been any point of this game where I've gone, ooh, Chelsea are impressing me. So, not that I do that, but I haven't been impressed with Chelsea today. I don't think Chelsea even deserve anything out of this game. They don't. They deserve to be 2-0 down, but there's not been. It's not like they've been 2 lucky goals, is what I'm trying to say. They've just not offered up enough for me. I don't know about you. Sheffield United on the attack. It's 3-0 to Sheffield United. It's over. It's over. And it's McGoldrick again. And that Chelsea defence, it parts the waves like Moses. I don't know whether Moses did part the waves because I think it was a river. But it is biblical in the sense that Chelsea are in trouble. They're in massive trouble. It's 3-0. And I do not think there will be a VAR review. Lampard has actually sat down because he's been sat down. Watching it back, I don't think he's offside. Cut back. Muse cuts it back. McGoldrick puts it in. I mean, this is why we hate VAR, isn't it? We have to wait and see. Oh, was it offside? I mean, at the end of the day, I couldn't see. I don't think it was offside. Loftus-Cheek is coming on. And the goal has been given. Oh, it's just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's I sort of went into a little bit of a daze there because I thought they were going to review the goal. But 3-0, it's done. Look, Chelsea ain't scoring 4 goals. So as far as I'm concerned, this is the dream result. If I don't even care if Chelsea score 3 goals now. I mean, I don't want them to because they just don't deserve to. Sheffield United deserve the win. But, I mean, this is just a trouncing. It's an absolute tactical annihilation of Chelsea by Chris Wilder and Sheffield United. This score line, 3-0, this does not in any way does this result. Good header there by Giroud. He should have started Giroud. I said that. He should have started Giroud. Tammy Abraham has offered nothing. I think Lampard has got it wrong today in relation to his tactics. He should have started Giroud from the start. But in no way is this result lucky and not reflective of the game of football that we've seen. Absolutely deserved by Sheffield United. And tactically, as I say, Sheffield United have caused... I mean, look, let's be absolutely blunt here. The system that Chelsea started with was not this formation. They started off with a 4-3-3. At half-time, they went to a 5-2-3, and now they're playing a 5-1-3-2. He's tried 3 different formations, and they've scored against every single one of them, and they haven't been able to score themselves. So Lampard has tried everything, and he has not been able to get a foothold in this game. So you've got to give massive praise yet again. For me, if Klopp wasn't going to get manager of the year, you'd give it to Chris Wilder, because what he's done tactically with limited resources has been elite. And look, the money Chelsea have got, the squad that Chelsea have got, I understand Chelsea fans will be frustrated, but this is just about coaching, tactical awareness, and he has absolutely owned them today. Not for the first time. Not for the first time is this manager shown his tactical prowess this season. Come on, Mark, get in. The Sheffield United, brilliant for us, mate, says Philip Burtonwood. Welcome to Mohamed Luckman, latest member of the club. Jordan, I'm jealous of you. Got Bruno, but not jealous you got Maguire, says Amy Assey. The United Arsenal debate carries on there. But yes, absolutely fantastic from Manchester United's point of view, and Leicester's point of view, and Sheffield United's point of view, and maybe Wolves' point of view. Look, I said at the start of this game that for me, this top 4 race is just between United, Chelsea and Leicester. I now think, because I didn't expect Chelsea to lose this game, and look, even Manchester United, I think we're going to win all our games, but it's not out of the realms of possibility that we could drop some points. Leicester could still drop points. They've got Sheffield United and Spurs and United still to play, so they can definitely drop points. There's a lot of points that could still be dropped, that if a Sheffield United or Wolves actually started winning games again consistently, it could change. It could change. So let's not get too arrogant yet about, it's just between us lot, because it might change very, very quickly. But it's definitely changing for Chelsea. And they're running through again. Muse. Oh, he dinks it over Kepa, and it could have been 4. It could have been 4. And that's another great chance. Another great chance there for Sheffield United. They cannot get back in the game. Oh, nearly a lovely little finish by him as well. He dinked it over the keeper. He just put it wide. Chelsea got a free kick here. Willian puts it in towards the back post. They ain't coming back. What are you feeling, Chelsea fans? Have we got any Chelsea fans here? It ruins your Saturday night. Look, football, innit? I'm sure you'll all be supporting Southampton on Monday night, but Reality is 11th loss of the season for Chelsea. Do you even deserve top 4? That would be my question. Do you deserve top 4 when you've lost that many games of football? Wow, 15,000 people watching. It's a big result, isn't it? That's why it impacts on so many different people. Please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. Everyone's welcome on this channel. Even Chelsea fans, if you can find one. I'd love to know what they think. Mark, Lampard changed the formation to 4-2-4 when Odoi came on. Sheffield scored right after that, says Anna Haddad. Well, that's 4 different formations he's tried. But we can't afford to drop points next match, says Shantano. It must be the most crucial match of the next 4. And Zayn is so deluded, says Wadu. And should be 4-0, says Existence. It should be, but we've only got about 7 minutes left in this game. And what is definitely without doubt is that they will not be losing this game, Sheffield United. They'll be winning it. Let's be absolutely honest. They'll be winning this game. And thoroughly deserved as well. Exciting times. Four formation changes for Lampard, though. And it is humiliating. It's humiliating for Chelsea. You're right. I'm seeing a lot of people saying that. And the thing is, look, Chelsea will be a better side next season when they have got Ziyech and Werner and maybe Havertz. They will be a better side. Of course they will. Ethan Derrick says, I'm nervous about Southampton, but we should be good. It's an opportunity. But look, I think the worrying thing for Chelsea is quite simply this, that they have tried so many ways to get into this game today and they've not been able to do it. With all the changes, with all the depth of quality. You know, I said that about the Chelsea bench. You've got Loftus-Cheek on there. You've got Alonso on there. You've got Giroud on there. Hudson-Odoi on there. Kovacic on there. They've got so much quality across that squad. And they've not been able to have any imprint on this game. Any sustained attack. Have Sheffield United ever looked inferior? No. And that reflects badly on the players. And it really reflects badly on the coaching as well. That they've tried to adapt and they just can't do it. Hello from the US, Mark. Do you think we need more depth in the squad defensive-wise, or is spending money for Grealish going to be more worth it? And I think that United do need to spend in the summer. Mark, Spurs lost 13 games last season and got top 4. Last 2 seasons a complete madness, says Jordan Such. Yeah. Well, I think there's a real lack of quality in the Premier League. I think Liverpool and Man City for the last 2 years have been head and shoulders above everybody else. Dean Henderson with the defensive header there. Liverpool and Man City have been head and shoulders above everybody else. And behind them, you've got teams getting top 4 who are losing 13 games or 11 games. It just shows you, 11 games Chelsea have lost. And they probably will still get top 4. But they've lost 11 games. That's 1 in 3 you're going to lose. That's not a team that you want to be going into Europe, representing England, is it? It's just not good enough. Tammy Abraham, good block. They want the clean sheet as well, Sheffield United. They value those clean sheets. And to be fair, Dean Henderson hasn't had to make a save, has he? That's another, damning stat for Chelsea, that Dean Henderson hasn't really had to make a save. West Ham, Spurs, Chelsea doing rubbish. They might as well close down and make Arsenal the main official team for London, says Zayn Miasi. This new jersey is a curse for Chelsea, says Fabrizio. And I'm disgusted as a Chelsea fan, says No Name. Are you going to live stream on the United stand, which is going to start in 45 minutes? Yes, I am live on the United stand. Lots to talk about on there. A bit of story about Jadon Sancho. Southampton preview. And obviously the implications of this, which are massive. But 3-0 to Sheffield United, unbelievable. Sanderberg was scouted by us, and Sheffield United got him for 22 million, and we're trying to find Matic replacement. Reflects badly on our scouts, says Soham. That 3-0 will look lovely on the shirt, says Ben Summers. Yeah. It will look absolutely lovely. Well, enjoy this, because you don't normally get to sit and enjoy a game like this. I mean, look, I thought Chelsea were a little bit lucky the other night. Football's horrible, isn't it, when it's not going your way? We've had all this at United. We've had all this where it doesn't go your way. It does go your way. It's going our way at the moment. We've got to be a bit humble, because you just don't know. Southampton, we've got to win on Monday night. Look, United have done so well, and Leicester tomorrow over the season have done really well. But this is an opportunity. Both clubs cannot bottle it. You know, Leicester tomorrow against Bournemouth, Manchester United. It's all there. We have actually dropped points quite a lot when Chelsea have dropped points. And Southampton... Well, look, make sure you join me on the United Stand at 8 o'clock, because I've got all my notes to talk about Southampton. It is going to be a different game. Difficult game. Watch along for Leicester tomorrow, says Sean. No, because it's we've got our 8 o'clock show with Ricky and Said and Adam. So we'll be keeping an eye on it. But no, look, I'm not going to be greedy. I think Leicester will beat Bournemouth tomorrow. But, I mean, if Bournemouth could take points off them, great. But we've got our opportunity now. We've got our opportunity. We've actually got the opportunity to win a game and be in the top 4 and be in control of our destiny. Chelsea have lost control. They cannot. Top 4 is not in Chelsea's hands. It's in United's hands. It's in Leicester's hands. It's always been in Leicester's hands. They've always been the front runners for it. But United's, we beat Southampton. We're above Chelsea. Not even on goal difference. We're above them. They're 2 points ahead of us at the moment. We win. We're above them. So... how much time will be added on here? This is the Sheffield United we were seeing before lockdown. Very tough and well organised. A very complete performance as existence. It's just taken them a bit of time to get back to what they were, isn't it? It could be 4-0 to Sheffield United here. Oh, he's put it over the bar. Put it over the bar. But the reality is, even though it's 3-0 to Sheffield United, it could be 4 or 5. Muzay ran through, dinked it over the keeper, it just went wide. They've had so many opportunities. They've been comfortably the better side. Willian, obviously, he's got his new contract because he's played absolutely shit tonight, hasn't he? Willian, for me, was the best player in the league. He was playing so well. Tonight, he's gone back to being the normal Willian. I said this when he was playing well. And Chelsea fans were sort of listening. Like, he was playing so well, and like I was saying, he must be so frustrating as a Chelsea fan because he doesn't play like this all the time. Couple of minutes to go. Chelsea need a new goalkeeper. You know what? To be honest, I don't think the Chelsea goalkeeper's to blame for any of the goals tonight, is he? The first 2 goals, no. Third goal, I don't know. This new kit is brilliant for Chelsea, by the way. 3. It's the magic number, and it is the magic number tonight, but it's for Sheffield United. And remember, Sheffield United play Leicester on Thursday night. That is going to be a humdinger of a game, because it's not just about whether Sheffield United can help United out and take points off them. Sheffield United are not trying to help anybody out. Sheffield United are trying to win get top 4 for themselves. A minute to go in this game. Does any Chelsea player get into the current United side, says Josh Stacey? Look, Chelsea are a good side, but not tonight. They've been dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Everyone can have a bad day, though. But look at Chelsea. They lost to West Ham. They could have drawn with Palace. You know, Palace very nearly got a point late on. So they've been skirting the issue a little bit, Chelsea, anyway, for the last few weeks. They've not been playing fantastically well. I think their best game was Man City, wasn't it? And did Man City really turn up for that game? You know, I think when Chelsea beat City, I was like, maybe we're not going to get third. But as I said, what did I say? I said United will get third. We will get third. Manchester United will get third place. This game is over. Manchester United will get third place. I wasn't joking when I said it. I was confident it was going to happen. And I really do think that it will. And it is now in Manchester United's hands. Third place is in Manchester United's hands. Because if they win their next 4 games, they get third. That's what happens because we've got Leicester last game. So Manchester United in a very, very strong position here. A very, very good result. A good result for Leicester. A fantastic result for Sheffield United. Maybe even for Wolves. Because remember, Chelsea have still got to play Liverpool and Wolves. They could still get caught by a number of teams. Because Wolves are currently 8 points behind Chelsea, but they've still got them to play, and they've got a game in hand themselves. So Wolves could make 6 points on Chelsea very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. So it's not over. It's not over for Wolves. It's not over for Sheffield United. It's definitely not over for Man United and Leicester. That top 4 race is in their hands. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner on YouTube, and if you are watching on Hot Mic, make sure you give us a follow. We will be back tomorrow on That's Football with Arsenal against Spurs. I hope it's as good as this game because it's been absolutely fantastic tonight. I've really enjoyed it. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm going to be live on the United Stand at 8 o'clock, digesting some of this, talking about that Southampton game, talking about a Jadon Sancho price demand, and also the brilliance of Bruno Fernandes. So make sure you join me on the United Stand at 8 o'clock for that. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Love your company. Love that result. Football, eh? This is why we do it. I'll speak to you all soon.